Hello, Internet, and welcome to the first episode of Siderealmidnight Plays The Banner Saga. This is an old one. I'll start it off by saying that. This is an old game by gaming standards. It came out in late 2014. But I'm playing it now because, as those of you who are familiar with this game may know, the sequel comes out in, as of this recording, roughly 2 weeks. So, I'm going to start up a playthrough of this, see how far we can get before the Banner Saga 2 comes out on, I believe, April 16th. I'll check it later. But I won't go into a lot of detail on what this game is because of, well, how relatively old it is. I'll just say it's a, say it with me now, tactical squad-based strategy game with a very interesting art style and a lot of meaningful choice, like story-related choices outside of the gameplay. Think of it as Fire Emblem with a much more Nordic theme. Also, I will say that I have played this game before. This is not going to be a blind playthrough, but A, I don't remember much of it, and B, something happened like 3/4 of the way through the game that made me so mad that I stopped. That I remember. Pretty much everything else is a blur to me. So, it'll be a somewhat new experience for all of us. Let's get this started. Now, I think there's going to be a sort of Star Wars style scrolling story here, which I'll read. Yep, there is. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survive through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing is stopped: the sun. I feel like that's a kind of important thing to stop.
Að sjá dreggjan á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Yeah, so I hope you can tell how gorgeous this art style is from what we've already seen. Like, look at these character models. This is beautiful. Indeed. Alright, now, I am going to skip over most of this tutorial because I believe I remember how all this goes, and I don't want to spend all the time reading it when I could not be reading it. Just skip through all that, and I'll explain now. So, this is the combat screen. This is what we're going to be familiar with, or what we're going to be getting familiar with over the course of the game. Here is the movement. Like, this is the blue squares are how far you can normally move. The yellow squares require willpower, which is that little star over here, to move. I'll just go down the stats. We have armor, which reduces the damage your characters take by a certain amount. I'm not sure how much. There's strength, which is both your attack power and your health. Like, the higher strength you have, the more damage you do, but it's also your health, so the more health you lose, the less damage you do. There's willpower, which can be used to move farther or make your attack stronger or use special abilities. And then there's, I forget what exertion is, but I don't think this tutorial covers it. There's armor break, which I believe either shreds or ignores armor, and then there's ability rank, which is 0 because nobody has any levels yet. You'll see that a lot of these characters each have their own special abilities as time goes on, but we're not dealing with that yet. There's also this handy-dandy little turn tracker here, which shows us in what order actions happen. And then we can pan around the map here and look at a bunch of faceless people and some really nice background art. And this bear over here, this caged polar bear. Sure, why not? And I believe that is us. Mr. Graybearded Varl, the giant tribe over here. I remember a lot more of the lore than I do the actual minute story. Yep. Yeah, so there's... You can choose to hit either their strength or their armor. Their armor, reducing their armor will reduce how much damage they block. Oh, and I'm guessing that's what the armor break stat is, how much you hit armor for. And then if you hit their strength, you reduce both their attack power and their health. Which is what it's telling us right now. Yep. And then these little stars here mean we could spend willpower to make the attack more powerful, but we're just going to kill it anyway, so we're not going to do that. And then renown is our experience point system. It's how we level. Alright. Yeah, Shieldanger's got high armor. Yep, and now it's... The tutorial is showing us that we can use willpower to move way farther than we normally could. As evidenced by these little stars here, we're going to be using 2 willpower to move right up here. Yeah, full disclosure, I did play through this tutorial once, just to make sure that everything recorded correctly. But that is as far as I've played into this playthrough of the game. Yeah, so the last thing here is pillage mode, which you only enter when there's only one enemy alive, just to speed things along. Usually odds are that if there's only one enemy left, they're not going to be... Oh, wait, it's explaining the exertion stat. Oh, it determines how much willpower you can use per turn. Gotcha. Goodbye, sir. Not sure what that 3-star is. It might be the renown you get for killing him.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other. Even before the threats arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more threats to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. 12 families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Man, we killed a lot of people on our way up here. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts the chase. Now, I'm not going to do different voices for this game because they're all... Every character is sort of a variation on the theme of manly badass. And I wouldn't remember all the voices. I'm just going to read it like myself. Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Hubin, isn't it? Yep, and this is our character. Look at this guy. And his randomly flipping tassels. He's done with this city. Holding a feather quill. So let's see. I want to be careful about this because what you say in this game does matter. I'll just go with it is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here, Eric. It's been worse. We got a lot of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Scalfings that you didn't tack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Alright, so this is the other screen, the non-battle screen. And it is going to be rather important. It shows us a few things. It shows us renown, which is our party experience. It shows us how many days we've been traveling, which is important for some achievements. It shows our mood, which actually can have an impact on certain choices you make, depending on how high or low your morale is. And it shows your supplies, because your caravan can starve if you don't have enough supplies. It also shows us this nice town with its lovely parallax scrolling. I mean, look at this environment art. Yeah, if you haven't figured it out, I'm very aesthetically minded, and this game is just gorgeous. I mean, look at these shields. Everything about this is so detailed. Let's just visit the market so that I can stop gushing about this. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Scalfing's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try and kill you this time. They don't talk to me. Yeah, just say nothing. This guy's way too cool to get involved in this. Eric overturns his flimsy table, scattering Had's assortment of junk across the ground. Gods, Eric laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the Scalfings? Nobleman, up by the east wall. But that was months ago, last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? No reason. Gunnulf goes to look at more stalls. Didn't want to tell him he looked like a frog. That guy has a very long sword. Eric, that man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Hod, but he used to be scalping. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a meat hall? Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. After this, I'm done here. It's not up to me, my friend. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Alright, and now we go to the mead house, which is right there. Nice long hall there. You arrive in front of what must be noblemen. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Volgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? Let's get this over with. That's the spirit, says Volgard. Okay, here we go. Volgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scalfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead signs in the process. Yeah. I like the narrative focus of this game. It's not as much as something like Shadowrun, but there's a lot of cool narrative stuff going on. And then this is our deploy screen. We can set up people anywhere we want. So you can move through allies and give people willpower. You can counterattack. You can cleave people adjacent to you for a little damage. And you can give people armor. Cool. And this is where we're getting introduced to another aspect of Banner Saga. Being outnumbered. You're almost never even with your enemies. Most of the time, they outnumber you at least 2 to 1. Yeah, it's a hard game, but it's worth it. Look at this guy just smoking a pipe in the background, watching our fight to the death. He's leaning up against the table. So brazen. How far does this man move? I don't think I can tell that information. Oh well, probably try to get him right there. So, let's get this guy over here. Not the man I meant. Yeah, Varl are so large, they take up multiple spaces. I believe it's 4 on the game grid. No, I want you 1 space over. There we go. I think. Oh wait, no, I think I actually do need him 1 more space over. And then this guy can come over here and help tank, because that's apparently what he's good for. And then, yeah, I think this works. We'll probably finish this and the whatever story follows it. Look at them, it's gonna be a butchery. I hope so. No, he can't move that far. Gunnulf, no. Oh, right, it's not even your turn. I should have looked at who actually got to go. So you can rest to gain willpower. He can attack. He can move, but not far. In that case, we'll just have him give armor to everybody and then block 3 damage per hit. Sure, why not? Or how much willpower does he have? 8? Oh yeah, we're definitely doing that. Now, I do believe willpower doesn't replenish at the end of the round, but I think it's still worth using it. I don't even know if we still get this character after, so spend it while we have it, I guess. Oh yeah, and good morale, or sorry, great morale also gives you bonus willpower. That's why we have several willpower over our maximum. Because, he can't attack diagonally. I had forgotten this entirely. I'm sorry, friend. I've consigned you to death for no reason. Yeah, so using this extra willpower shouldn't be too much of a problem. We'll move, whatever this man's name is over here, and he also cannot attack diagonally. What a coincidence. Fight me. Just bang on your shield, sir. And then Gunnulf can come over here and just smack this guy in his face for a lot of damage. Yeah, Varl tend to do a lot of damage and also have more health. The problem is, they're being so huge makes them a lot easier to hit. Yes, give them the armor. And then he can only hit this guy. He has an armor break stat of 2. Or he could do 3 strength damage. I think I'll do the strength damage because my goal is to have Gunnulf here sort of run right behind these guys and Tempest them. Tempest is the AoE attack that you saw him do in the tutorial where he spun around and murdered everybody. This guy shouldn't even be able to hit anybody because he's nowhere near any. He can't get within range. Now Eric does not have much strength, so he is going to break armor. No, please don't. You moved in the way of my brilliant plan. So let's see. Can I get this guy out of the way? Not really. He can do some damage. Let's break this guy's armor a little, so he can prep for some better strength damage down the line. And oh well, if I can't do it to them, I'll do it to you two instead. Tempest. Goodbye. Nice promotion. And then this guy can take 4 damage. Let's bump that up to 5. These guys are just sitting here having a party, having a buff each other party. Give him some armor from whoever this man is. I've already forgotten his name. Hopefully I won't have to remember it. Lower his health damage to garbage, so he can only break armor, which is great. And then you can, yeah, just finish this guy off. Oh, this guy can actually do real armor breaks. Not that it's gonna matter. Goodbye. He did actual strength damage. Now, this is an interesting one because the more we kill them, or the more of them we kill, the weaker they become. So I think I'm going to start prepping some of them for death. I mean, I could have Gunnulf finish them, but the thing about this game is that experience is not shared. Or renown is not shared. Which does make a lot of sense. I mean, who cares about the guy who was next to the guy who did the awesome thing? It's like, oh, remember that warrior who was next to the guy who slayed the dragon? No, of course you don't. He's not important. That would kill, so let's lower this guy's strength. Make him do less damage in the future. And also do 1 damage to that guy. That attack apparently bounced off his armor. Nice try. Nice try, friendo. Yeah, they don't have enough strength to hit through his armor. They have 5 and 4 strength, and he has 7 armor. Become destroyed. Let's move Eric here back behind this guy and smack him in the face. Unfortunately, this guy can't get in the fight. Just bouncing attacks off his armor. Not you. Let's just lower your strength to even worse levels. Oh, he actually managed to hit it. I'm not sure what the percentages are on that, but I think it's low. I'll just set this guy up to armor break this guy. I feel like he's fine the way he is. I want Eric to get more experience, because they're not going to be able to actually hurt or kill Gunnulf anyway. Gunnulf's too strong for them. Goodbye. Now, can you hit this guy? Nope, you can't. He used willpower for that. Why? Nice. They're almost dead. So let's move some people out of the way of the guys who actually want to get experience. Eric, you can finish off this guy. Nice, you got the promotion. And then my shield banger here can finish off this guy. Get some more renown. Victory! Tempered by blood, pain, and resolve, people are ready for promotions. Sweet. And we got 12 bonus renown. Yay. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's windows onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner. Next for all kingship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Oh, Eric, glorified janitor. Can I ask for one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Volgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Alright, so we have the Horn of Summoning and what looks like a seahorse? Eh? Now, can we level people yet? No, I don't think we can. So, I think that'll do it for this first episode of the Banner Saga. Next time, we'll find out what all these ships are about. For now, though, thank you so much for watching this brand new series. Leave a like and a comment if you like what you saw, as well as any comments related to my mispronouncing the names. I would like to pronounce the names correctly, and I'm sure that I mispronounced some of them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.